Hi, my name is Wendy Brzezowski. I am the sales manager at Simucase, and today we are going to be going through a part task trainer. This is a part task trainer tutorial. Before we get started, I want to talk about how Simucase scores. When you are making choices in Simucase, you will be given and receive points for reflective decisions. You will lose points for rejected decisions. Rejected decisions are decisions that are developmentally inappropriate, use medical jargon, are insensitive, or are redundant. There will also be items that are just judged as acceptable, and these will result in no points awarded or subtracted. When you finish a simulation and hit submit, all of the scores are added together and you will receive a competency measure, which is an average of those scores. 90% or higher is a mastery level of competency, 70 to 89% is a developing level of competency, and anything lower than 70% is an emerging level of competency. So let's go ahead into Simucase, and when you do, you will be on the welcome page. You can search simulations or videos from this page, and we're going to go ahead in and look at simulations. When you're in the simulation library, you can use these tabs at the top of the page to refine your search. And today we are going to look at just part task trainers. A part task trainer is a simulation that is designed to teach one specific task. So when we think of a part task trainer, I'm going to give you a few examples. The first one you see here is Jean. This part task trainer is with Jean, who is 57 years old and has a history of breast cancer. She's presenting today with sexual wellness concerns, and you will be the occupational therapy practitioner that will be completing an occupational profile today. In Sean's case, we are looking at a custom design and fabrication of a splint or orthosis for Sean. Today, we are going to review Toby's MVPT4, which is a part task trainer designed to practice the test administration of the MVPT4. Any of the simulations that are standardized tests will include the record form and the manual for that test. So when we do restart, we start Toby's simulation. We would start in learning mode. That is where the students will work and get feedback as they go. If they are working in assessment mode, they receive no feedback until they hit submit. It is a summative assessment. This debrief mode is for faculty only. So we're going to take a look at Toby in learning mode. So we'll go ahead and start that case. And when we do, the simulation will open and you can see there is a running clock at the top middle of the page. And right beside it, it does say show clipboard. We will want to start by showing the clipboard. Everything does move to the left just a little bit, and now there is a clipboard on the right. The decisions that I make as we go through the simulation will save to the clipboard. I can even take notes here if there's something that I want to notate and then hit save. I would then use this red start case study button and I will get to meet Toby.
Hi, my name is Toby. I'm 4.
So we meet Toby and then we would move from left to right across the top here. So no matter what type of simulation we're working in, the natural progression of the simulation will always be from left to right across the top tabs. You can see here that there will also be a circle in each of the areas. This circle is a progress meter. As we make good choices, this progress meter will fill with color. If we make an incorrect choice, we will lose some of our progress. We're going to start with the referral section.
You are assigned to complete the motor-free visual perception test 4th edition and report your findings.
And we'll take a look at that referral. We can go ahead and ask some questions of our referring practitioner or referring occupational therapist. And in this case, I might want to know what is Toby's chronological age.
Toby's chronological age is 4 years and 5 months.
I can ask a few more questions here if I like. I can even do a chart review and look at the intake form. When we look at this progress meter, you can see that I asked one question and I received 50% if we're thinking of this progress meter as a pie chart, which is what it is. We know that we would have one more thing that would be reflective to ask in this area. When we move into the manual section, you will notice that the record form and the manual is here. We recommend that students always open that record form.
Thank you for referring to the record form. A copy of the record form has been sent to your clipboard for review.
And that when they do open it, they go ahead and print it, and they can use it then when they are administering the test. They can score the test as they go. The second thing that is in this section is the manual. So we would want the students to read
Thank you
that
for
manual.
referring to the abbreviated version of the MVPT4 manual. It is recommended that you read the manual for complete administration instructions before administering the assessment. A portion of the MVPT4 manual was sent to your clipboard for review.
You can see here that the manual is now at the bottom right corner of the screen. And when I do open that manual in the clipboard, that it will open in a PDF and that I can then scroll through it and read it. It is also downloadable. You can see here that I could then ask any of these questions, but I have now a green progress meter, meaning that I have 100% in this area. I could then move on to screening and assessments, where we will see Toby again. And in this general instructions area, I want to make sure to administer this area and answer the questions as they are related to the manual. So I should read the manual, answer the questions, and then once I do answer these questions, I can use this feedback button to see if I've gotten them correct. So you can see I only got one right. I really should read the manual so that I can do better. So I should take my time and I can change my answers, and then I can see that I can get a better score in this area. When I finish this section, I should hit finished, and then I can move on to the MVPT4 test administration. When I administer that test, what you'll see here is you'll see the testing plate from the MVPT4. When I play the response, we will see Toby respond here on the right.
The circle.
Look at this. Find it, the one that's exactly like it here.
The letter D.
That's really good.
So the students would answer the question here, enter the client's response. He says D, enter the client's score. That is correct. And we should put that score on our scoring sheet. When I hit for feedback, I can even see that I've scored it correctly. In that second slide, I would do the same.
Look at this one. Now find the one exactly like it down here.
A.
So you can see here that we would just move straight through the test. There are 63 slides. You would administer each one, answering the questions, and finish it up. When we get into the assessment results, this is where we would be able to take our record form and our manual and figure out the raw scores, percentile rank, standard score, age equivalent, and confidence interval. When I look at the raw scores, you'll see that we have given some options here. Students do need to select correctly because their selection will be saved. And if they select incorrectly, they will receive 0 points for their choices. There may be times when there are multiple choices in a standardized test that would be correct as well. In the summary section, the students will select the best summary for Toby. They get one selection because it will be automatically saved and they cannot deselect their selection. So they do need to read carefully and select the one that best fits Toby. In this area, they can put in CPT codes or write a note. Once they save it, it will save to their final report. We do give those CPT codes back here in the instructions section in the screening and assessments. They can open that and have it open as they determine what CPT codes would be best for this test administration with Toby. When they're finished and have selected the summary section that best suits Toby, they would submit and hit yes. And you can see that they're given a visual right away of how they've done. We only got a 45%, but that's okay. We can start again. And we should always export our final report and take a look so that we can avoid making the same mistakes twice. So if I've made some errors in answering my questions, before I make a second attempt, I should review that report and use it to avoid making the same mistakes twice. I can restart the simulation from this page if I like, or I can go back out to the library and start a new simulation. If I want to restart Toby, I can always restart him again from the library here using the restart button. Thank you so much and have a nice day.